Okay, so you guys are literally going crazy out there. Um, y'all told me to go to sleep, so I went to sleep. Um, excuse me. I went to sleep. You guys told me to go to sleep at like 11 or something, so I tried to go to sleep instead of stay awake. And the codes were definitely on. It definitely took like 2 or 3 tries for me to fall asleep. Like I'd fall asleep and it'd be like a crazy code, and then I'd fall asleep and then be another crazy code. I don't really remember any of them, but it was like intense, hell, hell gates, um, you know, like that. And so it's like kind of jarring. So it was like kind of hard to fall asleep, but eventually I did. And then I woke up at 7 to you guys fighting. I woke up at 7 to you guys fighting, 7 a.m. I could hear it very clearly on the loudspeaker. But when I woke up, the telepathy went away, and I was like, I don't really remember what you guys were fighting about. But I remember like my husband's like basically fighting like the evil negative walk-in for me again, probably to like be able to come pick me up today. I remember just thinking like, oh my God, they're already fighting, and it's like 7 in the morning. And so I woke up and I took Fresh out because I didn't take him out. I usually take him out like around 9, between 9 and 10 for his like last potty. And then I wake up at like 9 or 10 in the morning, and that's like, that like suits him. Like, but I didn't take him out the last potty because it was cold and we were tired. He was asleep. He was like out cold. So when I woke up at 7, I was like, okay, that's fine. I can like go and take Fresh out early. I used to take him out very early in the morning, every morning, like 7 in the morning, and then like go back to bed. Like if I had the opportunity to go back to bed, like I would take him out 7 in the morning, go back to bed, and then like wake up at 10. But I'd always like take him out early. And I'd always make sure I'd take him out like the last potty was like 11. Now it's like completely changed. And like obviously like if he has to go out like during the night, like at 3 or 4 in the morning or whatever, like I would obviously do that, but that was like his old schedule. And Kenosha was like first potty like 6 or 7, and then like last potty would be like 11 p.m. Now it's more like first potty is like between 8 and 10, depending on like what time I wake up. Today it was 7, but usually it's like between 8 and 10. And then the last potty is usually around the same time, like 9. Just say like 9, I guess. Like, and that works for him. So he's changed a little bit. He's changed a little bit, but yeah. Because we missed the last potty last night, I was like, okay, it's 7. I can get up in the morning and take him out for the first potty. I think what it signifies, because you guys are making fun of me, is this all she's going to talk about today is Fresh going potty. It seems like specifically Lulu is making fun of me. Lulu Jenner is making fun of me. Um, we're talking about Fresh going potty for 5 minutes, but what I think it could signify is like the little beasts relaxing because that's sort of like an uptight schedule, isn't it? Where like he has to go out like really early and like he has to go out like really late, and now like he's like totally like chill to like his schedule changed and it's like more relaxed. If you must know why we talk about everything in complete detail. Okay, I wanted to show you guys this. This is the fucking moon at 7 in the morning when I woke up this morning. Look at that, guys. That's the fucking moon. Why is it so high in the sky? You can see the time, 7 in the morning. Why is the moon so high in the sky and so goddamn bright in the fucking sky? Okay, I'm telling you guys, like the moon is not like on a trajectory here. Like the moon is sporadic and it's just like shows up. It's like, oh, it's there. Oh, it's down here. Oh, it's over there. Oh, it's there. Oh, it's there. Like it doesn't follow a trajectory. Like if it followed a trajectory, it would be like this. And at 7 in the morning, it'd be like all the way down, like by the horizon line or something. Like the sun would be, I mean, the moon would be setting or whatever. Because the moon usually, the moon has been setting lately. Like, but like at 3 or 4 in the morning. So like, what did it decide? Like at 7 in the morning to go back up? Like it literally makes zero sense. Okay. Let me go check if it's still there. It's only 1 hour later, so it should be, if it's a trajectory, it should still be there and it should be like a little bit moved. Let's see. Okay, the moon's on a trajectory, which is really weird. It's still there and it's right there, but like yesterday it wasn't like right there, you know? Isn't that weird? So weird, guys. Like and it just like will disappear. Like it'll literally just like the moon will just like disappear for like nights on end. It's like, oh, there's just no moon. Like where's the moon? Like it just disappeared. Like then it just randomly shows up and it usually doesn't traject. But it's definitely, I just saw it, but I can't see it if I lean forward. Okay, so there's a bunch of like new engagement rings on my TikTok. They were like all like fake jewelry, but I never see it as like fake jewelry. I see it as like, okay, this is like the fake one, but they would buy me the real one. Um, they're like, I knew she was gonna say that. Like, you guys are so weird. Fake princess, really? Like, you're really like. Anyway, I think Aaron bought me this one. Aaron's like, let's make it official. Because I was like, who's this one from? Because they just started like all pouring in. Like, oh, I think that one's from Aaron. Like, oh, okay, that's very pretty. It's pink. It's another pink diamond. Okay. But anyway, there's a bunch of them. I don't need to show all of them. Fresh hugged me yesterday. Look at Fresh hugging my arm. Oh, here's the stackables. I don't know if I showed you guys that or not, but there's the stackables in Cartier, which I basically talked about for like a polyamorous marriage, a polyamorous wedding, like marrying a bunch of men, like how those rings would be like really cool. Plus, like, we're sort of like going against society and everything. Um, so is Cartier guilty? I mean, I don't know. Okay, so I was looking at There's all the bags. I showed you guys the bags. There's more of like the catalog lady, and this is a sculpture, a bunny sculpture, like that you would buy like at a fucking flea market or something, probably for the same exact price. See, it says the price like really big and bold. That's why I took a picture of it. I was like, it's really easy. Like nobody can like debate you because the price is like right next to it. It's like $5.99. That's like literally the same price for that fucking bunny sculpture today in like a flea market or like a um, thrift shop. This bunny is the same goddamn price. Why is that? That doesn't make any sense. This bunny isn't $15.99. Are you crazy? They're like, some things don't have inflation, Alyssa. And I'm gonna say, I think you like should please shut up. Like, please, like, you don't know what you're doing at this point. There's hand cream for $1.39. That's obviously has inflation written all over it because lotion's like a little bit more than that now. So that one definitely has inflation, but that's still like, I want to say kind of expensive for a catalog that's came out in 1979. This catalog's 1979. Excuse me. So, yeah. um, yeah, I was just like not well. I was not well yesterday. There's another one. There's like all these like maybe Erin was like maybe she'll like something like this instead. It's gold ring with pink diamond and like the thin band. I think maybe these were just like Aaron thinking of his ideas. Like, oh, maybe this one, maybe this one, maybe this one. Um, anyway, so yeah, that's what I think. Like, Aaron's like thinking about them. Like, well, maybe this is the right one, but like, it just like, because I was like, oh, well, there's all these engagement rings again. Who is this one from, Dad? So, that's how it works, guys. Did you guys know that? This one's really pretty too. Travis got me this one. It's a purple stone with two diamonds, two triangle pyramid diamonds on either side. It's like a light purple lilac stone. Travis got me that one as well. That one's not an engagement ring. It's just it's just a ring, just to give me. So it kind of looks like the first one that Aaron thought of, the pink diamond, which is, I think, exquisite, honestly. I think that one's like perfect. I love it. Um, I think it's great. I think it's perfect. Yeah, because fighting and arguing can lead to World War III. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but especially because telepathy is just so prevalent nowadays. It starts with two people arguing. World War III starts with, believe it or not, two single people in the entire world arguing it out and not being able to agree. And then that goes to four people arguing, and then six people, 8, 10, 50, 100, 1,000. And then before you know it, it's World War III. And that's basically, it's like, like a snowball effect. Jesus told me that like a really, really long time ago, but it's the truth. I got that in a message from Jesus, from actual Jesus. My 20s. But I think that's why I think Jesus is false, because he was like, try not to argue, but it's like, your sister's like actually God, like you're telling God not to argue Jesus, like, and it obviously was not my little brother. It was actual Jesus. And, he's being influenced, he's being coached and all that good stuff. But it's like, your sister's God, so she's allowed to argue. You know what I mean? Like God means authority, like God means anyway. Why do I have to keep over explaining myself? New York City luxury apartments. Aaron like looked at like the wicker living room that I was talking about, like the psychopath, like cool living room from Lana Del Rey's house. Like to me, it's like semi-functional, semi-whimsical, semi-psychopathic, And Aaron like looked at it and he like got like a little upset. And he's like, why would they do that to her? And we're like, yeah, this is what they do. Literally every single year, this is what they do to her. Okay. And talking about me, what they do to me, like somebody's gonna make that their living room. Like it's already done. Somebody is thinking about it right now. And it's obviously to piss me off, like, because I'm telling you, do not copy me. Do not do it. Do not copy me. Do not do it. And so they're obviously out there already looking for the wicker furniture for their house and the old flat screen TV because we're talking about it right now. And they will post it on social media. And just like the Japanese fucking bedroom, Korean living room girl, like the, you know what I mean? Like they listen over walls and they copy me verbatim. Okay? And yeah, it's just crazy because they're psychopaths. They're actual psychopaths. Like they can't get it through their head how like damaging it is to the worldly system when they copy me. Like literally it's so damaging because it's you signed a non-compete with me. Like all of you girls, all of you feminine aspects, you all signed a non-compete with me. And so when you listen over walls and you steal my ideas and then you post it on social media for attention, that is competing with me. And so that's why it's like you signed a non-compete with God, the original creator of your soul. That's why we're in this shithole that we're in, because everyone decides to compete with me even though they all signed a non-compete with me. And they are constantly and consistently reminded they have signed a non-compete with me. But they copy like my signature broadcast system. Like, like it's just like they don't, it's like they refuse to acknowledge the spiritual aspect. And so Paris might fill in to show off. And then I'm like, is it okay for the aliens to show off on Earth? Like, or is that gonna make me upset? Or like, is it gonna be like fake spiritual aspect first and then she'll like burn out? I don't know. But because I'm watching one of my friends. I'm watching one of my friends fill in. And at first it like really scared us because because she's like half black, half white. And remember I told you guys my niece, like all of a sudden she's like white. And she's half black, half white. And you know what? I probably have a picture holding her, but it's probably upstairs. Maybe I'll go look for it and show you her baby picture. So you can tell she's half black, half white. You can tell that she's not fully white, a full white girl. I'm talking about my cousin, or I call her my niece. Um, and I told you, like, I saw her last year, the end of last year, and I was like, you're white. And she like laughed. And then another one of my friends who's half black, half white, all of a sudden I'm like, you look exactly like Scarlett Johansson. Like, what's happening? Which means she's white. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? How do you look just like Scarlett? And then, and she's like, yeah, I don't know, Liz. And like, at first, like, we were like really upset about it. And then, she posted like a baby picture, and she literally looks like she, I'm just gonna say it, she looks like an albino. But okay. And then I was like, I don't want to tell her that. I don't want to say that because I don't want her to get like more upset because albino is extremely pale. Okay, so anyway, that would be extremely weird if we weren't aliens. If I just saw like my friend becoming like albino, like paler than pale, like out of nowhere. That would be like so extremely weird, right? I'd be like, what is happening? And it's sort of the same thing with my niece. Like, I was like, why are you white? Like, I don't understand. Okay, we are from Philly, so it's like the most normal thing to be like half black, half white here, because like that's just like the ratio is still pretty much a lot of black, a lot of white people, and we all get along with each other. So it's like because like we all sort of have like the same personality and whatever. Um, so it's like super. It's like probably the most normal. I want to say it's probably the most normal in like this area, like the New York, Delaware, Baltimore, Philly area. It's probably like the most normal to like be half black, half white out of the whole country. But anyway, I digress. My friend looks like she's becoming albino out of nowhere. And at first I was scared. I was petrified. Anyway, I can't even get it out. Okay, so we think that she's becoming her spiritual aspect, which is the white reptilian, and he's so white he would be called albino. Like here, he probably has beautiful pink eyes. I don't remember exactly what color his eyes are, but like a beautiful lizard that's like a beautiful all white lizard, and they usually have like pink eyes and stuff. Like they're so gorgeous. So, that couple, their spiritual aspect is like that white reptilian, aka what albino reptilian family. And so she's evolving into her albino uh, reptilian self, aka her white reptilian self, because I'm white, but I'm not so pale. Okay. Okay, so you guys know what I'm saying. Anyway, so I was like, oh my God, it's a miracle. Like, okay, and that like made us like calm down a lot about it. I guess the laughing did monkey. Okay, it's like, what are we doing here, guys? Okay, so anyway, it's a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. She's becoming her spiritual aspect, and I just think that's like so cool. So we're like, okay, we now have peace about this a little bit, like a little bit more. And I was in Will Smith's house last night. I was just laying in bed. I didn't go anywhere or whatever, but like my dad said to the Smiths, you have to start worshiping her tonight or she's going to walk in. And then all of a sudden I was like inside, inlaid, all of the Smiths, all four of the Smiths at once. I was like in their family conversation, like listening at once. And it started from like Claire, because like, you know, because we overhear like conversations that we wish we never had privy to. And then Claire's like, this is so embarrassing. And Jaden was like, I know Claire, or like something like, I don't ever want to hear that. Jaden agreed with Claire basically. And then I was inlaid in all of the Smiths and like listening to their family conversation. And I was like, what the hell am I doing inside of the Smiths right now? And then Will Smith was like, I'm still in Men in Black, Alyssa, don't worry, don't worry. And then like he got like abducted. Oh, and it was this guy. The sky was like, first it was just the A sphere opening. Okay, so he got abducted last night, so who knows, maybe he's getting put into space activator tonight, y'all. Like, because I was talking to Spill. Spill with what? I was talking to Will about the space activator like a year or two ago, because I was saying how like I think don't worry about, you know what? Don't worry about me and Will Smith's space activator conversations. Okay, it was such a long time ago, but um because Men in Black people are like really nice people, and like I've said multiple times, there's different settings to the space activator, and it's definitely like helpful. It's also like an anti-aging technique, and it's also like has a lot of different settings on it. So don't worry about it. Like if you like, don't worry about like my conversations with Will Smith. You know what I mean? Like anyway, he got abducted last night. The sky was pink and orange, and the A sphere was open. So I've never seen that before. I mean, it's like every day it's like something new, you know? Like it was just the A sphere open at first, and then we heard like disgusto conversations. Obviously, it's making me puke thinking about it. And then how she gaslights us to death. You know, my cousin was in a space activator when I got abducted. So, and I was like, why isn't my cousin being activated? You know, like, when am I'm not usually wrong about my own video game, okay, guys? So, anyway, um, so, yeah, it was great. It was orange and pink. And the A-sphere was open because first it was just the A-sphere was open, and I was like, okay, crap, the A-sphere is open again. And then I laid down, and then it was like pink and orange, and that's when Will got abducted. And I want to say pink means abductions, maybe probably in general, because if the white reptilian species have pink eyes, and the Andromedans also have pink eyes, and the Andromedans are abducting us with their pink eyes. And so are the reptilians. And I just said that, you know, they probably have pretty pink eyes as well. That pink must signal abductions on like all levels, going up and down. And pink's like my favorite color. And what do you know? I love to be abducted because, like, I love my goddamn fucking aliens, don't I? I look like Colin. Probably was Colin as well, okay? Probably was. Yeah, so because I just turned into to Colin talking about abductions. That's why. Gigi's like, yeah, I know. You don't have to over describe it. Okay, so they're taking all of our resources from you when you over describe everything, and I felt like the World War III feeling. And I want to say that my family can figure out whatever that means. And it sounds like Gigi's kind of like on that case right now. Like, so yeah, okay. So I want to sue science to come forward with their documents that I am the one molecule. Okay. I'm suing you from space science. It's time to come forward with your one molecule documents that say that I'm the only thing on the planet, that say that I'm the one molecule, that I'm the God particle in human form, just like everything else, right? Like, just like Deadpool's an actual person named Ryan Reynolds, who's a technology. The God particle, the one molecule, is an actual person, an actual technology, and a person. That's me. That's I am the God particle. I am the one molecule. Okay. So I would like science to come forward and to present their papers to the world that say that I exist in human form and that my name is Alyssa Janello. And I'm suing you from space to come forward. So Men in Black will be suing you, basically. And maybe that's why Will Smith was abducted last night, because maybe you need an upgrade for this. But yeah, because this is enough. Like, people are suffering so much, you know, on both sides. And it's all so unnecessary. All this suffering is so unnecessary since I've already come forward. And I've come forward for an entire year. So I would like scientific assistance. And any other evidence that people have to support me, to please come forward now. And we will start your court cases right now, your Men in Black court cases, because this is ridiculous. There's no reason for my house to burn down in Malibu. There's no reason like for me to another thing I want to say is if you bought a house or a luxury apartment in my name, I would like you to come forward now, post it on social media, post it to your following, like tell them to get the word out. Like if you can't come forward to me directly onto my YouTube page and be like, I bought a house for you, New World Order Princess, like get the word out like however you can. Um because it's my house, right? You bought it for the New World Order Princess, so I would like it now. If you have a penthouse for me that you bought for me or a luxury apartment that you bought for me, I would like that returned to me right now. And what else did you want me to talk about? Oh, the bugs. Okay, so Brandon did try to walk in and like take me out last night, and he like heated up the door a little bit, and the Men in Black door is like right here, and it was very itchy, and it was very itchy, and he was like, I can't pull you out right now because it's gonna be too itchy if I walk in, and if I walk in it's gonna be too itchy, so I can't walk in and get you right now. So yeah, so he didn't walk in and pull me out yesterday, which means like a demonic invasion, a heavy demonic invasion. And like I tried to fall asleep, and then I saw like all of these women like starting to yell at me, which is insane in 2025 to be going through this again. And it's because he partially walked in when he did that. He partially opened up the gates and he partially walked in, and it was very itchy in my back, and which means like agitation, and as I'm itchy right now. And so it causes like the demonic invasion to kind of start basically from both ends, and like that lady was acting like a demon against a queen, and of course like it's like a luxury brand lady that's like very average looking and has a very average life, and like her whole like her whole freaking personality is just like money and like her closet with her things, and like that's it. And she was like screaming at me, so it started to cause like the demonic invasion because he like walked in like a tiny bit. um so it's like so hard to talk to people when they're like absolutely disgusting, like that's what I mean. Like the suffering has gone like way too far. Like the joke has gone way too far. Like I don't think it's a joke. Like I think people are legit losing it and like being like literally and like just literally insane. I don't remember any of my dreams last night, but I was like woken up, like I said, like I was woken up like early in the morning, and I keep doing this thing like where I'm sitting up like in the middle of the night. I think I did it again last night, where like it's like I'm sleeping and then all of a sudden I'm like sitting completely up. Remember when I was doing that last year too, and I'm doing it again. I have no idea what that's about, where I'm just like asleep and then all of a sudden I'm sitting up, and my friends, like I hear my friends and they're like, "Are you okay, Alyssa?" Like, what are you doing? Why are you sitting up? Are you okay, Alyssa? Like, I think like Alex was like responding last year when I was doing that. Like, it's like I'm in like a dead sleep, and then all of a sudden I'm just like sitting up and I'm like half awake, and I'm like sitting there like this, and they're like, "Why are you sitting up, Alyssa?" And like I kind of come to, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I am sitting up. Like, why am I sitting up?" It's like the weirdest thing. It's like so weird. Anyway, I'm doing it again. And I think I did it like 3 nights in a row, like last night, the night before, the night before. Um, I didn't sleep a lot last night, so like when I don't sleep like that much, like it's hard to remember like exactly what happened. But like, because like it's like when you have like all those like hypnagogic movies, like before you go to bed, it's like you're not sure like what time you fell asleep. Was it like an hour? Was it like 2 hours? Like I don't really know, you know? And then in the morning, you guys were like all arguing with each other, and it like woke me up at like 7 because they probably want to like take care of it for me. So like it wakes me up. Anything else? So the butt. So like that would like cause like, you know, uh, basically that would cause like Deep Space Nine, uh, mantis beings, invasion, which would be like a giant bug invasion, right? Like if it's like Deep Space Nine is like mantid beings. You guys know mantids are like giant praying mantises, and she keeps like warning me or whatever. Like she keeps like doing like little zaps on me and whatever. Oh yeah, I felt like I was being torn apart again last night, like torn into pieces. And I've been eating bananas, like, you know, bananas are supposed to be like good for your like sciatic nerve and whatever, but it still like feels like I'm being torn apart. Yeah, so I'll turn on the space codes, I guess, today to see if there's anything coming in. Oh yeah, David Lynch died out of nowhere. And I think he's definitely like in the Chris Evans line. So I think like that, remember that dream with me and Chris Evans the other night? I think that definitely went up to him and affected his energy. And rest in peace, David Lynch. And thank you for fighting the good fight. I mean, he was completely awake. He was definitely an Alyssa. He was completely awake. Like I used to post his videos all the time because he was awake, and he knew he was awake. And yeah, um, so I want to say like we lost a good one. You know, it's like really sad, but we'll see him again if the gates open, if and when the gates open. So a lot of times when they pass from 3D, you know, rest in peace, they gather strength in the ether with their higher selves, and they have like a lot more strength. And I'm seeing him sort of look like Back to the Future guy, which is like a version of the Flash, but just like in a car, in a vehicle, instead of like the Flash. So he's like that. That's his higher self. He's showing me right now. So yeah.